Hello again, Vinyl community. It's Matt here again, and another installment. And I'm sure you guys are getting tired of this. Well, maybe not if you like the Beatles. But another installment of these Beatles albums that I've picked up over the last several months. So this is these are sort of the odds and sods, as we might say in the UK. I couldn't quite fit these into any of the other previous categories or videos. So let's just dive into it. Not too many to show this time, but first up we have Live at the Hollywood Bowl from the 8 Days a Week movie soundtrack. And I do have, and I showed this maybe a few months ago, I have a Dutch pressing from the 70s of Live at the Hollywood Bowl. And I think somebody commented, that was right, I think somebody commented maybe it was either on the YouTube video or on Instagram, because I posted a photo of it on Instagram, and they said that, oh, you've got to get this version. They said, because sonically it just blows the original out of the water, and it does. It's way better. It was remixed, remastered, and it sounds way better. They really cleaned it up, improved the stereo. It's not perfect because the equipment they were using to record these live songs on wasn't perfect. You still get a lot of crowd noise and so on, but considering how sort of frantic the Beatles concerts were, all the huge crowds, everyone screaming, the whole Beatlemania thing, and the fact that half the time they couldn't hear themselves singing, they really did a good job performing live, and it's a really exciting listen, and again, the audio quality is still not perfect on this, but it is improved over the 70s pressings, and you get 3 additional tracks in here that aren't on those earlier pressings. So you get actually, I'm sorry, 4 additional tracks. You get You Can't Do That, I Want to Hold Your Hand, Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby, and Babies in Black. And I think I'm right in saying that the version of Babies in Black that's on here was on the Anthology 1 album. And I remember it being an additional track, and possibly the B-side on the vinyl, but an additional track on the CD single of Real Love back in '95. I think it's the same version, but so I grabbed this on eBay, I think it was. Another sort of one which still didn't quite fall into any other category. It's Abbey Road, but it's the C1 pressing from the mid-90s. I stumbled across it online. It was really cheap, stuck in a bid. Nobody else bid for it, so I got it. Honestly, I think it was like $10 or something. And I just thought, what the heck, it's still in the shrink with the sticker on it. And I just wanted to give it a listen. And it's not bad. I'm pretty sure it's a digital source. The label's very interesting. Right here. That's kind of cool. And yeah, I was just curious about it, and it's nice. I like it, it's one of those things where, given a choice, I'd always prefer the analog original, but sometimes it's nice to listen to a slightly different version of it. So yeah, like I said, it was a good deal. So what the heck. Sometimes I stick in these little cheeky bids on eBay, and 9 times out of 10, probably more than 9 times out of 10, you get outbid and you don't think anything else of it. Every now and then it'll say, oh, I won an auction. I think, did I? Oh, like $10, nobody else bid on it. So every now and then that happens. Similarly, I also picked up this Yellow Submarine songtrack album. I have the more recent remaster of Yellow Submarine, which I guess would have been from 2012, right? The stereo remaster, but didn't have this, and this has way more tracks on it. So the original, which came out in, what was it? Shit, 68, 69. Anyway, the original had side 2 full of George Martin's orchestral score, which is nice. It is nice, but it's nicer, I think, to have Beatles songs on it. So all of these songs, to my knowledge, are actually in the Yellow Submarine movie. So you've got all of the songs from the original, like Yellow Submarine, Hey Bulldog, All Together Now, Only Northern Song, It's All Too Much, All You Need Is Love. I think all of those were on the original 60s version. But you also get Eleanor Rigby, Love You Too, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Think for Yourself, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, With a Little Help from My Friends, Baby a Rich Man, and When I'm 64, and Nowhere Man. So it's nice to have, and they sound really good too. They've been remixed. Sounds good. Next up, Mono Masters. Um, I grabbed this because I already had the Past Masters album. I have an 80s pressing of that. But I grabbed this because I'm wondering if, like the other mono versions of the regular albums, at some point this is going to become really hard to find. I found it in a record store for a pretty good price. It was cheaper than it would have been like on eBay. And so I thought, I just thought I'm going to grab it. So I did. I haven't actually listened to this yet, to be honest with you, but it's all in mono. And it's sort of similar to Past Masters in that it's a collection of songs that were not released on the original UK Beatles albums. And in this case, the mono versions of the songs. Now, this means that it doesn't include some things. For example, Let It Be isn't on here because that was only ever mixed in stereo. It was never mixed in mono. So it goes all the way up through, although ironically Across the Universe is on here, but that would have been an earlier mix. See, the likes of Get Back is on here, but that's because it would have been mixed for the 45 single release in mono. And, the usual suspects, Hey Jude, Lady Madonna, We Can Work It Out. The earlier stuff, of course, Love Me Do and She Loves You and I Want to Hold Your Hand, etc. It's on three records. I'm sorry, 3 records. And it's really heavy too. It's a gatefold. You have to open it up to get the records out. But yeah, I thought I would grab that while they're still available, really. And then finally, this is turning into a bit of a saga. This Beatles One album, in fact, this did turn into a saga. So I bought this from Best Buy originally, not this one, and it was horribly warped. Both records, I returned it, no big deal. But they didn't have a replacement, so I just got my money back. This one I ordered online, still sealed. Same problem. In fact, this was worse. Not only were both records warped, but the second record had a big scratch across it, even though it was still sealed. So this ended up being a whole saga with this obnoxious eBay seller who, at first I contacted the guy and just said, I'm sorry, I got this and it's warped. I said, oh, just my luck. This is the second copy I've had that's been warped. And I said, but it's also got a scratch. I sent him a photo of the scratch, and it's a big. I'll show you guys. It's a huge scratch. I mean, you can't really miss it. You guys can see that. See that right there? Yep. Look at that. And so he then replied and said, oh, kind of sorry about that. If you want to return it, that's fine. So no big deal. And probably about a week went by or close to it because I went on a mini vacation, a family vacation, so I didn't deal with it for several days. And then I started the return on eBay. And the guy just turns into a total jerk. He then messages me saying, basically that, oh, he's just an individual seller, how I'm screwing him over. He told me just to keep it and he gave me a refund. Which, that's right, that's the first thing that happened, is that I get the refund and then, so I think, oh, that's nice of him. And then I get a message back from him saying, just keep it. Okay. Now, he's doing that because it's going to cost him money to return it. The seller has to pay for return shipping. And if it's damaged, he's probably not going to be able to sell it again anyway, so he's just going to lose more money. So he tells me to keep it, fine. He then sends me a message and goes on this whole sort of tirade about how he's just an individual seller, he's not like some big company, how I'm screwing him over. And I said, what are you talking about? I said, well, so it's okay for the buyer to get screwed over and be out their money and be left with an unplayable record. Is that what you're saying? And he just, then he I don't know, and he gets personal as well. Just, yeah, I mean, he got really unnecessary, and I said to him, well, but you you told me I could return it. That was in your first message. What do you know? The whole thing was just ridiculous. And then then I get the usual, oh, you're blocked from buying things from me. And I said, well, but you actually think I was going to buy something else from you? Are you for real? So I'm left with this. I mean, at some point I'll rebuy it. I just don't know. It's just not very playable right now. So it's just sitting here. I'm not going to throw it out because, what if I find one where maybe maybe a used one where the cover's not great, but the record's are fine or something, then I'll just switch it out. So I'll hang on to it, but like I say, it's really not playable with the way it's warped and with that huge scratch across one of the records. So I don't know. I don't know why some people on eBay have to be like that. Anyway, yeah, I had a negative experience as a seller. Was it earlier? No, it was last year as well, and it was the stupidest thing where the buyer tried to say that I misrepresented something. I said, but I didn't represent it in any way. I just said, this is what I'm selling. It was like software. I said, this is what I'm selling. That was it. I just listed the titles, and he then said, well, it doesn't run on his system, and I misrepresented it. And even though I didn't represent it one way or the other, I never said what it would run on. I just listed the titles. And I don't know. I don't get people like that who have to be unpleasant about it, But anyway, for the most part, I've had positive experiences on eBay. No, in fact, probably at least 95% of the time, there's no problem whatsoever. It's just every now and then, you get someone who's difficult to deal with. But anyway, I didn't mean to go off on that tangent. I'm sorry. So thank you guys always for watching. That's it. That's all the Beatles stuff. I might have one more video. I have one more item that's on its way, and it's a box set. Not one of the really, really expensive box sets. It's a different box set, but yeah, when that arrives, I might show that. But anyway, thank you guys as always for watching, and until next time, bye bye.